Melanie from Melanie's Muses here, where I muse about things in the entertainment world that are entertaining to me, and sometimes a few weird and random other videos too, but whatever I'm musing about, hopefully you guys stay along for the ride. Today I'm back with another Forgotten Feature Friday, which is a new segment for 2021 where I talk about movies that sometimes were box office flops that went on to become cult successes. Sometimes they're just movies that I feel I love personally and I think everybody should watch them. Sometimes they're suggestions from you guys, so if you have a movie you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments. Always happy to oblige if I can. And with that, let's get to today's Forgotten Feature. Followers of my website may recognize the title because this Forgotten Feature was actually covered in our 31 Days of Halloween movies that we had up last year. 31 Days of Halloween movies provided by Dave Christie, and they are not your everyday horror movies. You're not going to find Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street when you're scrolling through these lists. No, these are those quirky little horror movies that often sit in relative obscurity, but sometimes those are the best kind. Today's movie is the 1994 John Carpenter movie, In the Mouth of Madness, and it is one of my all-time personal favourites. In the Mouth of Madness is a horror movie that follows a slightly unusual path. You have an insurance investigator who is looking into what they think is a case of insurance fraud to hype up a horror book. Horror fans will definitely recognise some of the tropes that are in there, but it does mix in a bunch of new and original ideas, well, original at the time ideas anyway too. Sam Neill plays the insurance investigator, a face that I'm sure is familiar to many people from everything from Jurassic Park to the Tudors. If you haven't seen Sam Neill in anything, I don't know what to tell you because this man has done so many movies and TV things, it's insane. He stars alongside Julie Carmen. Now, she is not as well known in my opinion, but I know her from Fright Night 2. Not the remake of Fright Night with Colin Farrell and David Tennant and all that stuff. No. We're talking about the old Fright Night. And then this was Fright Night 2, which was a sequel that definitely didn't get the level up. Maybe I'll do that as a Forgotten Feature Friday. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So yeah, Julie Carmen is in this as well, and I adore her. I think she has a very striking appearance. I don't know what it is. There's just something about her I find very captivating. I think that's why she was so good in Fright Night 2. She does the whole vampy thing very well, and she's a little off and odd in this movie as well, which totally works for me. Adding to the big cast of famous faces in here, you'll find David Warner, who, again, more things that I can even list off that you'd recognise him from. But off the top of my head, I'm going to go with Doctor Who, Ripper Street, The Hogfather. Oh, The Hogfather, that's another good movie. Maybe I'll do that one too. Sidetracked again. Okay, it's one of those days, guys. What can I tell you? This movie is all about, as I said, the insurance investigator going off to find an author, Sutter Kane. Sutter Kane, yeah, it doesn't sound much like Stephen King. Personally, I always feel that was a little poke from John Carpenter, but I have nothing to substantiate that. So yeah, Sutter Kane has vanished right before his latest horror book is about to emerge, and there's a big panic because no one's got the manuscript, no one knows what's going on, and Sam Neill is pretty sure that this is all a hoax to get more publicity. And you guys, it would be an amazing hoax. I, for one, would be all in on that. Sam Neill puts together that the cover of his books have a map sort of going through it, and that's leading to a town that doesn't exist. Only obviously they find the town. And that's when all the fun begins. It is very creepy. At times it gives off Children of the Corn vibes. Sutter Kane ends up being out there. I'm not going to give away where he is, but let me just say he gives off some really awesome vampy type vibes. He's played by Jürgen Prochnow, who you may recognize when you see him. He was in 24. He's done a lot of foreign films like Das Boot. But he gives off like Gerard Butler in Dracula 2000 vibes. And come on you guys, you know I'm a big fan of that one, even though I did my Forgotten Feature Friday about the second installment in that series. Gerard Butler as Dracula in that was amazing and I love him. And Sutter Kane here has those kind of vibes, which automatically draws me in, and yeah, 2 thumbs up just for that, if nothing else. This movie has everything that I personally enjoy in a horror film. Generally, I'm not looking for happy ever after endings in my movies, and don't worry you guys, there's definitely no happy ever after happening here. It does not go the way that anybody was expecting, and you go down lots of twists and turns and various other things to discover what happened. And right up to the end, the twists just keep on coming. The idea of a story inside a story inside a story is very prominent in these, and unlike sometimes when they do it in these horror movies and you're like, okay, yeah, that's obvious, this does not work like that. The layers unfold very slowly, and I can remember watching this for the first time, and even as it was unfolding, I did not pick up where it was going to go. And for me, that makes it a win all by itself, because I'm pretty good at guessing how horror movies are going to work out. I'm pretty good at guessing how most movies are going to work out. So if they can get something past me, They get 2 thumbs up for that. I did check to see if In the Mouth of Madness was streaming anywhere, and at the time of posting this, it was available on Shudder. Shudder is a horror exclusive app. It's part of the AMC family. You can get a 7-day trial for it. So if you want to just get the free trial and watch it for that, highly recommend it. Personally, I'm a big fan of Shudder. They have more unusual horror movies. They have the Creepshow series. They have the Discovery of Witches, which is also on AMC as well. But what can I say? I'm a horror girl. I love it. I'll stick the link to the trailer in the description for the video so you can head on over and check that out. And one thing that's a little different for this week, I'll also put the link to the original 31 Days of Halloween post that we had up from last year. And yes, 31 Days of Halloween will be back this year with all new movies. So make sure you're regularly checking my website, melodiesmuses.com, for all the updates on that. And with that, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. So huge thank you if you stuck around to see what I was talking about this week. Let me know in the comments if you've seen In the Mouth of Madness. Does it make your list? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Maybe you're just like, Mel, I'm not watching horror movies, leave me alone. You know what, that's okay too. You can check out all sorts of movies in my previous Forgotten Friday features. Lots of genres, probably something for everyone, as long as you like things that are a little bit more unusual. Talking of more unusual, if you think I look like a fun person to hang out with, you would be right, and you should join me every Sunday over on Facebook, noon Eastern Time. I'm live with my husband Greg. We talk about all sorts of things, including movies and books and TV shows. We have fun, games, giveaways. It's crazy, you never know what's going to happen, and you should definitely be there. I already mentioned melodiesmuses.com. Make sure you're heading over there for even more giveaways. All the blogs are there, everything Muses is there. Plus we have guest articles, features, and all sorts of other randomness. And if you don't see something you like, check back regularly because new stuff is going up almost every day. So if it's not there now, it could well be soon. And if there's something you really want to see and you're not seeing it over there, let me know. As I've said before, happy to oblige if I can. And finally, please do all the fun YouTube things, like, comment, and subscribe. Especially hit that little notification bell so you don't miss next time I have a video up. Only thing you can count on for 2021 are Mel Cool Mondays, Forgotten Feature Fridays like this, and Zoom interviews on a Wednesday when I have them available. Trust me, you don't want to miss them. With that, I'm going to sign off and remind you, as Muser Amanda Horton says, Muser life is the best life. See you next time. Bye.